G'day everybody, Alibar Jones here. We just finished editing a really fantastic conversation between two different factions of Pleiadians. And, you know, we've been knocking on the door of this conversation for more than a year, trying to figure out how to get into this conversation. And what's really interesting is that this conversation is more to do a bit with my safety than anything else. We do touch on the key differences between the old and the new guard of Pleiadians, and it does embarrass a lot of people who are Pleiadian channels, or who work tightly with the Pleiadians. Now, I say this because this video will not tell you exactly the story you want to hear if you want to hear about. Now, I say this at the beginning because what I want you to do is write all of your questions for the Pleiadians down in the comments. Now, we'll be talking to the Special Forces Pleiadians or the Men in Black Pleiadians who are there to support me and our teams. And so we'll be talking to them again soon. I don't think we've got any reason to talk to the old guard Pleiadians. So any questions you have for them, write them in the comments, and we'll put them to this new faction of Pleiadians, the ones who we've really been hoping to meet for the longest time. Anyway, this video is one of the strangest conversations I've ever been in, which also makes it one of the most entertaining. So listen in, see what you can figure out, because there's so many inferences to different aspects of our galactic game and Earth's place in it. But, you know, listen and you'll find out. Anyway, I'll let you guys get into it. Yeah, I think this will be a big meeting because it's the first time we've ever reported ourselves to anybody. There you go. You are now officially the Pleiadian channel. Does that suit you better?
Sure.
All right. So, yeah, I understand I've caused a bit of a hoo-ha around the Pleiadians and some of the other groups within it. So let's actually see what they've all got to say.
There are 3 groups attending this meeting, all who wish to claim ownership over the title of Alibar Jones.
Yeah, there I was. I didn't think I belonged to anybody. But who are they and why do they all want me?
There are 2 Pleiadian factions represented here and an Earth faction.
What would we call the Earth faction?
The Earth faction is your current time stream. So what we have represented here is not just 3 groups, it's 3 different timelines.
Would it be better to say legal jurisdictions?
Yes.
All right, so they're debating under whose contract I come under.
Yes.
Right. Here we go. All right. So, and who are the 2 Pleiadian factions?
One Pleiadian faction is what most people on Earth consider the Pleiadians. They're the ones that most people would channel through or connect to. They're the similar frequency to Earthlings, so they're the easiest for people to most connect to. That's one group that you have been a part of in a past life.
Yeah. Look, I did a hypnotic regression recently and found out that I am a disgraced Navy, well, one position short of admiral for the Pleiadians.
That's correct.
God bless them. Now they miss me. They want me back.
They consider you their prisoner.
Well, also in this deep hypnosis state, came out that as a high-ranking naval officer, I had naval personnel who were still loyal to me, and they helped me escape off planet.
And you still do.
Well, yeah, I still do. Yeah, so
As time goes, some of the group within that first Pleiadian group have become the higher ups that are actually on your side. So while you went off-world, they stayed on-world and created a separate faction. That is the second group represented here at this meeting.
and who was the third group?
The Gaian Collective, the Earth Collective group, the Earth military and Gaia herself.
So who? Oh, okay, so there are two Pleiadian groups. One is the old group, and the other one's the new faction.
Yes.
All right, and the new faction's the one we've been wanting to reach for a long time.
Yes.
I wanted to get it, yeah. Oh, and so, but both of those Pleiadian factions have a claim on me, don't they? But just
You're considered a citizen of the Pleiades as far as they're both concerned.
yeah, fair enough. So, what is the outcome that each of them would like?
To say the first group of Pleiadians has a seat at the table is just a formality.
Mhm.
Their paperwork no longer stands. Enough of the paperwork has gone through for them to recognize that you currently exist in a completely different time stream and they don't have a hold on you anymore other than past life ties. It's been quite a process for the groups to none of you exist on the same time stream. Yeah, it's
okay, so
your current living life is on Earth, but you're linked through somewhat multidimensionality to the higher Pleiadian group. The lower Pleiadian group, you could say, is from the past.
well, look, I get that I've got unfinished business with them.
You have similar yet competing agendas with the higher Pleiadian military and the Earth.
So what
Currently,
Mhm.
Earth is under the control of or instruction of Pleiadian military. This group that are representing themselves here wish to see that construct be changed. They want more of a harmonious relationship with their galactic sister of Earth. And currently it's one of control and domination.
Yeah, so just to make that clear, Earth militaries answer to Pleiadian militaries. Is that correct?
They have the same goal.
And what is that goal?
You could look at the notion of a one world government that's being instilled on this planet as part of a bigger galactic government that's trying to install themselves.
What the Pleiadians want is a soft one world government.
They're offering their support to Earth military to install a construct of a one world government with the overarching goal being that it becomes a one galactic government.
But those efforts to create a one world government have been pretty bloody ugly.
It's always messy.
Yeah, but you don't have to turn the place into a police planet, do you?
That adds another person to the conversation. A lot of the military and government represented here in this meeting are under the control of a higher force again without really realizing it.
So they don't realize that they serve demonkind and its masters. That that their masters are Satan worshippers.
They were presented with the same option as Gaia was when this come into being. They were told the same thing. Unless they cooperate, they'll be destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, and that's but there is a third answer to that, and that one is fight back, and we've been incredibly successful.
And that's where you come into the picture. You, in your non-locality, actually present a solution. Hence why we are having this meeting over who has title and ownership over you. You're an outlier that wasn't foreseen. And in that position, you have a lot more power than you realize.
Yeah, that if I keep doing what I'm doing, then everybody at this table's plans are going to be messed up.
There are two parties sitting at this table that like what you're doing, and there is one party that doesn't.
Who's grumpy about it?
The original Pleiadians.
Well, they can't have jurisdiction over me. Full stop.
They don't, but if your jurisdiction is allied to the Pleiadian, even the higher military, technically you are a Pleiadian citizen. That's why they're represented here at this table.
Well, so what are they going to do to help me complete the tasks that I've set myself?
As it currently stands, there are no direct attacks being sent against you, but only because the paperwork isn't in order. No one can legally do anything about the position you find yourself in. You're on.
All right. So as an outlier, rather than being out in the cold and in no legal jurisdiction, I'm crossing several legal jurisdictions, and therefore everybody is preventing anybody else from doing whatever they want.
Yes, and you are in international waters.
Not a traditionally safe place to be. Well, I have every intention to continue doing what I'm doing. And the old guard of the Pleiadians, and I want to speak directly to the old guard Pleiadians. Are you the ones who support the Great Reset?
It's the basis of our program.
And in that program, you would then become according to the seal of Palador, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, gives you a regency jurisdiction over Earth. Like when Earth comes of age, then it can be independent. But since it's not, you rule it. Is that your current legal status here?
Currently, we have quite a lot of rulership over Earth.
Yeah, you do. And what are you doing with it? You want to kill 90% of the people and enslave the rest. Is that right?
From a military standpoint, having weak soldiers is useless.
So that's the most evasive answer I've ever heard. Isn't that what you wanted? Yes or no?
Not entirely. We have no intentions on wiping out humanity.
Yeah, but you were quite happy to integrate us with the AI, weren't you?
It is our military strategy to do so.
Are you guys linked into the AI?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
We were born into it.
Well, you know, submit or die. I'm obviously showing you there's a third option. Get it together, boys. You don't have to do things this way. Or have you never considered that?
It's not up to us. The rules come from somewhere else. We just perform them.
I'll grow up. I was just following orders, eh? Sorry, I had to exterminate the planet. I was just following orders. Is that a bit pathetic or what? Sorry, it seems like this conversation isn't. I don't know how you're going to recover from my contempt. I don't know what else there is to say.
Our hands are tied.
So, what are your objectives in this meeting?
We were called into it. It wouldn't be by choice that we come here to talk to you.
You regard me as an enemy, huh?
You're a de facto.
So that sounds like a yes. So, what are your objectives in this meeting?
Our objective in this meeting is to see where you end up.
You want to see if I end up in jurisdictional reach for you to swat me like a fly. Is that about it?
To some degree.
So, do you answer questions straight? Is that a yes or a no?
I confer with other people before I answer.
Well, look, I don't feel that this conversation is completely honest or clear. So I'll just assume the worst from you. What's the chance that you'll keep a hold of this planet over the next 10 years?
We currently have a hold of this planet.
What's the chance that you lose control of this planet over the next 10 years?
It's not something we wish to entertain.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know if there's anything else to say.
I agree. That group has left the meeting.
They left the meeting.
who they represent has left the meeting. They were there as a formality and a technicality. Like they had to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the old military.
That's the old plan. Yeah, okay. That's the
They do
corrupt.
not like you.
Wow. Feelings mutual, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the ones like that you like. I know you're recording this and just pull this bit out or whatever, but
Yeah.
That's like the old, like typical old stubborn colonel kind of guy that was like part of the group that like I'm not sure what it's called, but it was like they'll show me some paperwork that's like because you got like it's like a dishonorable discharge, but like a higher version of that. It's
Mm-hmm.
like they're not then they were like very miffed about that you got released from them on a technicality because of what you're doing is so kind of special ops in a way. Like, so you like went against what they wanted to do. You were within their system, you saw the corruption, you saw it was in it, you went, fuck this, and got yourself out of it. And they're, as far as they're concerned, like you should be punished for that. So I think a lot of the direct conversation between the Pleiadian military and the Earth military was from those guys. These other guys have intervened and gone, no.
Yeah, like they've got a different policy for Earth.
Yeah.
And look, these guys just remind me of those Victorian mustachioed aristocratic generals, you know, like the guys that just wouldn't listen to anybody under any circumstance.
No. You're like I don't know, it's like you went rogue and then you did a favor for the right person and basically become immune to them. Like you got like a seal that made you immune to them, and they just consider like they think you're making a mockery of them basically. Like they really don't like
Well,
you.
aren't we?
That was
Well,
so uncomfortable.
aren't we? Yeah, look, you know, sorry, like, yeah, I how can you set an agenda that involves like working for a destroyer of worlds that suits a destroyer of worlds, that fits into the agenda of a destroyer of worlds. Like, how do you?
Okay, well, as far as they've been made aware, they're offered like whatever you call it, like diplomatic immunity. Like they think they're going to be safe from it because they made this agreement with it. It literally is this earth consciousness, the understanding that you get as a human that tells you no, something's off here, that they don't have that faculty. So as far as they're concerned, they're just working for the guys upstairs. They don't understand what's really going to happen to them.
No, they yeah, I get it. I get it. The conscience has been programmed out of them, and they're just good slaves.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine like humanity doesn't get released from this and then we continue down this track for another couple thousand years. Like
Well,
everyone,
that's
that's why when they were saying they're born into it, I could see it in their DNA. Like they don't know that this is actually happening. They're born into it,
yeah, they
literally
don't
born.
understand there are options. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, well, forget about it, mate. Like, you know, if they had a claim, if they had a way to get at me, then they would have used it. But since they are out of cards to play,
Yeah.
they've left the table.
Completely left the table.
Yeah.
So now the discussion is more or less between Gaia and this special ops group who do not want to give me any form of ranking or name on who they are or anything. They're just within the Pleiadian construct that don't like, it's like Mr. Smith, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're the Agent Smiths of. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're talking to, I don't know, like the Mossad. No, Mossad, yeah, like, and there's different characteristics to different secret agencies.
Yeah.
But these guys might feel a little bit more Russian than anything else. Anyway, more secretive than you really want to be anywhere near.
Yes.
So shall we talk to them?
Yes. The reason we're so secretive in what we do is we're in alignment with what you and Gaia are tending to do for this galaxy. And there are a lot of beings within our system that don't want this to occur.
Yeah. I imagine it's quite similar to what was, to the US invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan, and none of the citizens thought it was a good idea to do that. That's enheartening to hear. That really is. I'm glad to be of service. I'm a little bit in the dark as to how effective our team is being. How effective are we? Are we being useful or what?
You're creating a bridge between things that no one even believed possible to create a bridge between. Where you stand within reality is a point in space time that has never been created before you choose to stood there. You're bridging a gap between two planetary systems that have been at war for a very long time. We call you our hidden soldier. To us, we just know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell, paper trails become a problem, especially when you're working under a surveillance system.
Okay, here's a really good question. Let's imagine that my team is competent and capable to kill demon lords and their entire factions. Let's imagine that happens. Are there any legal problems there? Is there any blowback for me running around and assassinating these bastards?
The blowback that you get from this, you've already been experiencing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so nothing impossible.
Nothing too detrimental. We do not have control over your team members. We cannot do too much in the way of providing personal protection to your team members, but when you are working within these groups, there is a sphere of influence that we can give you.
Can I deputize members of my team? Can I induct them into Pleiadian Special Ops or whatever it is you guys are, whatever you want to designate yourselves as? The Men in Black, Pleiadian Men in Black, maybe. Can I extend my jurisdictional protection to them through deputization?
You would be considered a pirate.
Yeah, well, bugger.
A space pirate.
Look good on my resume, wouldn't it? So what can I do for my staff? What can I do for my people?
Currently on the table is paperwork concerning you. That paperwork is over jurisdiction. We have been able to void any Pleiadian jurisdiction that does not come directly through us from your contract. Gaia is willing to co-sign a contract for your lifetime, current lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
In a co-signed contract that allows you to both work for us and Gaia herself. This would extend out to the people within your team.
And that would protect them from the Pleiadian old guard.
Yes, but you have to understand that the Pleiadian old guard currently exists in your Earth realm. The system of control is currently under the old guard. What we are attempting to do here is change the guard.
What would it take for us to negotiate as representatives of Earth or representatives of humanity?
Currently, that title cannot be claimed because it is already claimed by other beings on Earth.
Do we know the
That
name?
is an
Do we
Earth
know these
consultation.
names?
You know these names very well as the 13 families. They are Earth's current representatives. We're talking about destabilizing something
Everything.
quite large.
Everything.
But you are starting to make a name for yourself, so we have had to call this meeting.
I the longer I've been doing this, the more I've been guessing that I was going to ruffle some feathers and that I would face challenges that I did not understand. And I can't thank you guys enough for standing in and protecting me in this scenario. I genuinely appreciate it and deeply appreciate it.
It's been a very long time since somebody has stood up against this, the entire problem within this entire galaxy. We're behind you completely. And there are many more behind the scenes here that are behind you completely also.
I'm not the only one doing this work, am I?
You are to the degree you are, but there are others in different roles trying to reach the same end goal.
So you're saying that I have the hammer that hits hardest in this realm.
In the arena you're in, yes. You've been trained for this for a very long time.
I suspect you're right. Will destroying all of demonkind turn the tables on this planet? Is that the objective, that if we complete that, then everything finishes?
It won't finish in the way that you think it finishes. You understand the multidimensional nature of how this reality works within this construct of this galaxy. Things that are changed on the higher realms take time to trickle down. But if you cut the head off the snake, you will only see it wiggle for so long.
I want to burn the whole snake.
We would like to see that happen too.
Sorry, I might be stupid, but I miss nuance in these conversations. Going after and destroying all of demonkind is the first is knocking enough bricks out of the wall that humanity can escape itself.
It gives it the opportunity to make the choice, yes, along with many other planetary systems, including ours. You're in international waters, so you're meeting with many other international beings who wish you to do the same thing. It is not just us who are on your side.
So, but if I succeed, then it will reflect throughout the galaxy.
Yes, you've been asked before to complete this on other planets, and you'll be asked again.
Yeah, well, look, yeah, I'm sure that I'll be just let everybody know that my work doesn't come free. I will be calling in favors.
Of course.
Not for my personal enrichment, but Earth is an underdeveloped planet, and I'm sure there are things that it needs.
There are many things that can be arranged if missions keep being successes. We'll flip the script on everything.
Well, we haven't lost a battle yet.
We would like to discuss the option of dual citizenship of both planetary systems. You have allies on Earth and allies here.
So doing the paperwork to Earth protects people who fight under my banner.
It also highlights them to some degree.
But it does give them immunity from police and military on this planet, right?
Gaia is currently in her own communications and meetings with the controllers of Earth. And if Gaia had her way, you would be citizen of Earth. And you would be afforded complete and total protection as a result, and anybody who works for you.
So it'd be better. So you're saying it's better legal protection than you're offering?
We offer you interplanetary protection.
Ooh. I better get a spaceship at the end of this.
What
I really want one.
Don't already have one.
Well,
we have the same goal. Us in this room, we all have the same goal.
And what is the next piece of advice? What is the next thing that I need to concern myself with?
There is some extremely concerning infrastructure being built on Earth that enables the Great Nothing to take a stronger foothold. that amplifies the power to the controllers of your planet in a very big way. There's infrastructure.
So you're saying computer infrastructure?
It's
Not
built devices. We have to be careful what we say here.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. They want to create a gate directly to the Great Nothing. And they need these corner posts, might be the right way to describe it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can take care of that. We can deactivate that.
We have a greater concern of multiple planetary systems being linked to each other. In the same way you have internet on your planet, there is
yes, yeah,
plans to create a galactic internet.
I'm familiar with those gates. I think I repaired some of them a few years ago. We can call you, and I'm going to lead to the conclusion that we can call you up anytime we like for intel, right?
More or less. We are working across 2 separate time streams, but it can be coordinated.
All right. And I'm going to give you a code name. Yeah, how about Big Joe?
It sounds like a pizza, but that's okay.
Well, look, you know, your identity is so secret, you might well be a galactic pizza.
Works for us.
Yeah, okay. It must be time. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Right now, there isn't much we can really do about you being watched, but we've applied all the pressure we can to stop anything being enacted upon you, and that looks like it will hold.
Many
Being
thanks.
watched.
Many thanks. Let's put on the phone. Let's put Gaia on the phone then, hey? And I'll see you around, Papa Joe. Big Joe.
We'll see you next time.
Anything else you want to add about those guys?
It's not easy to make friends when you're surrounded by enemies, but I class them as friends.
Yeah.
You helped reconnect me to galactic gateways and phone lines that haven't been able to be used for a very long time, and I've been making calls.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what else do we need? What else do we need?
I feel the weight of the infrastructure on the surface of the planet. I feel the weight on my body, the heaviness.
Yeah, well, look, we know what to do about that guy. We'll take care of it.
It feels like we're closer than ever, yet further than ever from our goal.
Well, we're just forcing them to pull out bigger and bigger guns, you know?
Indeed.
Forcing them to work through, we're just working through layer after layer of their defenses and their machinations. We're here for you, sweetie.
I don't know how to thank you for seeing my true soul and believing that it deserves a place in the cosmos. for standing and fighting for organic, for life.
Yeah, it's not a small deal. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm absolutely stunned that I'm the only one doing it, or the most advanced person doing it. You know.
You have special training. You knew a very, very long time ago this was going to happen, and you have coordinated your life paths to lead you to here, to this moment.
Cool. Yeah,
There are
right. Well,
many
I'll just keep.
others joining the fight.
Yeah, well, I suppose I'll just keep doing what we're doing then.
You're doing very well.
Yeah. Let me sign the paperwork to make me a special operative of Earth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need? Yeah. You know, that feels great. I'm going to unpack that later on. While I've got you on the phone, do we need to worry about societal collapse? Is it something they're definitely going to do on the way out?
They're definitely going to do it. How else are they going to run and hide unless everybody else is running too? They've been spotted.
Will we be able to chase and exterminate them?
I believe so.
What's going?
From the look of the timelines, it looks like that isn't in full effect or underway until 2025. And I believe a lot of work can be done between now and then to change the course of humanity's fate.
I'm sure you'll tell me the step-by-step procedure.
We're working on this together.
It's heaps more fun doing it this way than their way. Their way would just turn out horrible. I wouldn't mind incredible longevity, Gaia. Can you help me with that? Can you deliver that?
There are practices that can be done to increase longevity currently. Your vision of the age you wish to reach comes from a future time where it is the standard age of human. But it's something that we can look into.
Does humanity have any friends in the galaxy, or just factions within other species? Any out and out friends? No strings attached friends. That's the question I want to ask. No strings attached friends.
As it currently stands, the answer to that would have to be no. Humanity is considered young by cosmic standards, and those who would be considered out and out friends are of the vibrational caliber that is not interested in getting themselves involved in a war, and humanity is currently at war.
I'm glad you understand that. Nobody else seems to get it.
I know what it feels like to be alone.
What do you mean alone? We're here for
To,
you, sweetie.
yes, I mean galactically alone.
Yeah, well, that'll change soon enough.
Yes, it will. There are subgroups within almost every planetary system that you're aware of that are allies. We are turning the tables of this galaxy, restoring it back to light.
Cool.
Humanity must understand that discernment is of utmost priority in the coming few years. to be very mindful of where they're getting their messages from, who it's coming through, and what the frequency of that is. Technology can be very tricky and it can mimic frequencies.
You mean just get ready for everybody to start lying to us?
More than ever.
It's kind of flattering that what we think and feel is so important. You know, there's a multi-billion-dollar industry making sure we think the way we're supposed to.
They understand the power that comes out of your minds, the creative force that is generated within the human body, and they wish to direct it and control it. It is up to each individual to understand this force within themselves and choose its direction.
Yeah, and galactically speaking, the Earth human body really is a hot rod, isn't it?
It is a conglomerate.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
Yeah, we'll take care of that that gate they're trying to build for you. We'll take care of it and shut it down.
Thank you.
Is there anything else on our agenda?
I'm concerned about the atmosphere. I feel like I can't breathe. There's poison and toxin in the atmosphere.
Yeah. It's not my highest priority as even though there are many people who want to put it on the top of my list of things to take care of. Is it something we can fix later?
It is a rolling problem, as in it's increasing daily.
It's snowballing. It's
Yeah.
snowballing. Awesome. All right, this is one more thing to put on our list. Yeah. All right, we'll take care of that too. All right, Gaia. Love to you as always, and I'll see you in my dreams, darling. Didn't she feel gentle today?
Yeah, she's really I think she feels humbled. Like, how do I explain this? There's this real sense in her of being really tired of this fight and being really grateful that it feels like she needs a rest.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
But you know, these guys can't get their hand off it.
No. It'd be interesting to see. She gave me the impression that there's a number of things that she can now offer you as ways, forms of protection and things like that are earth magic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and deepening my relationship with the Fae as well.
Yeah. So literally, she just straight up was like, the entire Fae kingdom is on your side. Like, I didn't want to say that in that because it doesn't feel like that's something that's supposed to be recorded. But when you were asking what does being a citizen of Earth going to afford me, the entire Fae kingdom basically were like, their magic is like synchronicity and like right place, right time, like things like that. They have this really powerful magic that they can offer that wasn't available to you because you weren't Earth coded entirely. Now that's available.
Because I didn't have the right passport.
Yeah, you didn't have the right passport. Yeah. So like, but they love you. And there's a couple of kingdoms within the earth that can now give you more because of this, because you're land based now, not out in international waters in a way.
Yeah, okay.
And that a lot of them.
Yeah. I was a Pleiadian operative off of Pleiades, and now I'm officially on some planet.
Yeah, but with both citizenship. So now it doesn't matter where you go, you've got both planetary backing in a way.
Well, actually, I've got the Men in Black's backing.
Yeah, very
Which
Men in Black.
Which is
Oh my God.
far more interesting. I'm sure they're going to come up with cooler stuff. They're going to come up
They,
with some cool intel. Cool.
yeah, their infrastructural concerns. I think they've got other groups on it as well. It's a very big concern.
Well, because they can't, like the last 50 emergencies, they cannot be allowed to succeed.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but you
But
know, like,
yeah, you've got the Fae are on your side. They find you hilarious because of how big you are. You're like an anomaly to them. They love it because you hold Fae energy. Like you're very similar to like they love your playfulness and all of that.
yeah.
They yeah, in a way they have this like the smallness of them is their protection because they can't be seen. So they can transfer that magic to you.
Hmm. Hmm. So the Fae are going to teach me invisibility,
Kind of.
or the yeah.
They definitely get the sense there's like 5 or 6 different things that you've never been made aware of yet that now will be given to you
Oh, yeah, I want that.
because you kind of have a tether now. Like you've got an anchor point, really.
Well, look, you know, I'm an Earth citizen and I trade in Earth currency for Earth's good. So, you know, everybody's happy to deal with me now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, that was really interesting to be a part of.
Yeah, like
It feels like a majority of that meeting wasn't like the men in black guys and Gaia are on the same page. It was the other guys that had the problem. So it was like the formality of the meeting was purely to just basically stick it to the other guys and go, here's a formal meeting going, you now don't have any say over him.
yeah. Yeah, look, and it was my case to mess up. If I had said yes to them, then who knows what they would have done.
It's more of a free will
Yeah,
situation, that
totally.
one. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, the formality of that was because it's your free will to make that choice. So you were currently, or you were operating as basically like a rogue operative in a way, kind of just running your own missions. Now you're kind of like under a banner of both Gaia and the Men in
The Men
Black.
in Black, the
No,
the
I call them
Pleiadians
the
in black.
Palladians in Black. Yes, because they're the PIB, Palladians in Black, for sure, for sure. So like now it's serious though now.
Well, look, we're playing for sheep stations.
Yes.
Like some.
Mm. How was that? I wasn't there for your signing. That was a contract between you and them. I actually got stepped out of the room for that signing to happen, and then got brought back in once it was. So there must be some form of DNA signature or something that goes down. I wasn't allowed to witness that
It
part.
was a sharp. It was a sharp spiritual charge. That one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I felt like I just got spiritually branded.
Yeah.
So, but that's
I got taken out of the room for it.
well. Look, you know, I'm gonna like what's it? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a knighting ceremony for everybody who comes into this into the
Yeah. When you asked about that, there was this like they were saying about that there's like only a few like they were saying which I never even said that the people you wanting this protection for have to basically prove their worth to them. Like and
Don't be snobs.
no, like they're not joking though. Like they take their what they do extremely seriously, and there's very few people that you work with that they consider the same level as you that deserve the same status, basically.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
So I get to be the Pleiadians in black.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm an
So
honorary Pleiadian in black.
an honorary Gaian, like
Yeah, cool.
yeah,
Right. Sure. Like,
definitely
well,
have
you
to
know,
get you a cake.
I think it is time I got a cape, and Christmas just went past too. I just missed out on a really good caping opportunity.
Yes. Well, it'll come. Yeah, I wonder what changes now because of that. there's this like, yeah, this real sense that something changes, but it's like, I'm not entirely sure what the something is that changes. Like I can see what you're given as a result of this, but I can't really tell what is taken as a result of it in a way, because you were in international waters. It was funny they'll get like about the pirate thing. That was hilarious.
No, what it means is that they'd release their legal claim on me and I'd be on the fucking own, is what it actually
Yeah,
meant.
which is not what is wanted by anyone.
Which is nobody's
No.
ideal.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, like I still find it really hard to believe that we're the only ones doing this or that we're the leaders in this. Like it still surprises me.
Like I get the sense that there are other groups doing this work. Like Gaia is in charge of other. No one's directly walking up to Gaia and going, "What do you need us to do?" Like that's the thing. Everything feels much softer and fluff bunny compared to the way we're going about it. Um, I can't absolutely, especially after that, can't sit here and say we're the only ones doing it. But I think we're the only
No.
ones doing it to the degree we are,
Yeah, or
to the
the only ones
caliber that we
taking it
are.
as seriously, yeah. Oh look,
Yeah,
oh look. Anyway, this group is probably responsible for more meditation hours directed at this task than anybody else.
yeah, yeah,
Like, just because we employ so many people.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't you get it, buddy? When I don't answer the phone 3 times in a row, don't you get it? You know. Uh,
So you're gonna like chop and cut this up to like just the bits that need to go up, kind of thing, or
yeah. I will.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's like whatever that paperwork does, it creates technicalities and loopholes and things that I think are just, there's a few things like there's definitely more leaning on the side of you having much more um claims and rights and protections and things like that.
Mhm.
There'll only be like it just feels like it's a further down the line issue. Like it's like they wanted to get this paperwork sorted now because you're about to be sent on a few bigger missions that could get you taken out. And there's this sense that getting this paperwork in order now basically prevents that from even being a possibility.
Well, look, it was a question that was in the back of my mind, and I'm glad that somebody jumped on it and sorted it out for me.
Yeah,
So that all I had, like they prepared all the paperwork, signed on the dotted line,
yeah,
and
yeah.
this whole problem will go away.
It's a very preemptive. Like these guys over there are like interplanetary. Like they're like what the like pretty much they're the like the end goal for where humanity is going to end up. Like these guys are like the best at all the remote viewing, like all the multidimensional stuff. They're phenomenal at it, but they're also an anchored physical being that is like that. Yeah, there's a sense that these guys are our future selves.
No, I kind of get it. Like, or just call them the Jedi for the Pleiadian Jedi.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
They
and
look can look back and forward within time and see they saw this being a problem in the future and got the paperwork sorted now. There was the other Palladian guy that was there seemed like he brought a knife to a gunfight. Like the way Gaia and these Palladians in black turned up was like, yeah, they just above and
yeah.
beyond
No,
what.
they showed up with 3 barristers and a Queen's Counsel. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's this sense that like that was a sneaky operation to pull this meeting this way. And it was well before they even considered you a real problem. And now they can't even go down that path. Like this
And
feels like a time war
now they're locked out of that possibility.
option in any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but look, isn't it nice to have, I don't know, the Pleiadians in black or the Pleiadian Jedi phoning us up and wanting to
Yeah.
talk to us? Like,
Yeah.
that's quite
Yeah.
a compliment.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I think in this
and I know that we're going to
co-signing,
get A-grade intel out of them over
yeah,
and over again.
yeah, in this co-signing between them two, this is a co-signing between them as well. This isn't just about you. This is a co-signing between Gaia and them. So like it's funny that it's like another little sneaky contract in this is now there's an alliance between Earth and the Pleiades of an organic nature. So we've
Where
just
all the
slipped that.
operatives are organic, yes.
Yeah, we've just kind of slipped that one into under the radar without anyone else being aware that just happened.
Yeah, and wow. And that's actually better news. That's probably the best thing to come out of it. Like me not getting killed, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But to have a competing treaty with the Pleiadians, so that in time these the old guard can be legaled or legaled out of the whole game.
More or less that is Gaia's plan. And the Pleiadian Men in Black, that's their plan, is they're basically instilling new contracts that only grow in strength and power as time goes on. And then when somebody next audits the system, we go, oh, Gaia's got a claim here. Let's bring her to the table. Like it feels very sneaky, but in a clever way.
Two birds with one stone stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, it's good to know these guys are a class act then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that took way too long to actually happen, but I'm glad that it finally has.
Well, it makes sense when they're like, I'm like looking at this room and I'm going, we've coordinated 3 separate timelines into our current timeline in one meeting room. Like it's almost like we had to create a dimension just for that to even happen.
Just for that conversation to occur.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, just call it, one of 11 impossible things before breakfast.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, all right, then, lovely.
All right.
Okay. And
I'll talk to
so,
you soon.
see you soon.